Morning. Another week, another way we go. Another apologies video with beeping in the background because I'm still in the Volvo. Didn't get a chance to get the Volvo fixed before my other car decided to snap the fan belt. So this was on the literally ready to be done, and then the fan belt went, so I had to switch things around. So apologies for the beeping, but busy weekend, very busy weekend. Football on Saturday with my boy, unfortunately 4-3 loss, but still very he played very well. So the team might have lost, but he played very well. That's the main thing, I think, as a goalkeeper. And then what else do Saturday? Watch the Spurs game, Spurs United again, 2-2. Probably a fair result over the 90 minutes. If we're going on second half performance, we probably should have smashed them, but didn't happen, did it? So so that's that. And then obviously busy time in the pub Saturday night, very busy. I had to come down a couple of times and get involved because it was that busy in the pub, so it was really good. And then Sunday, I do Sunday, a bit of a chill day on Sunday, to be fair. Actually, I work Sunday morning. Spent a good couple of hours putting the finalised touches to the sales training that I'm delivering Wednesday, and then so finalised touches to that before we then did girl group, first rehearsals for the girl group on Saturday. They were very good. Just got them together so they could just work on some stuff. I want to see how they gelled, I want to see how they got on, I want to see how they talk to each other, and it was actually very good. And then the end result, they did a verse and a chorus of a song, which I will put up after this, so you can have a listen. And they sounded pretty good considering they've been together. They worked on that song for 15 minutes, so they had some real time to polish it. But I just wanted to see how it sounded, how it looked. So yeah, not bad at all. So pretty good. And then I'm on Bampy duties today, so just done the school run. I've been told to look after her today. So while doing all my meetings, my daughter, my 4-year-old daughter by the way, wants pictures of her in the office in meetings and doing stuff. So don't know, we do what we do for our kids, right? Do what we do for our kids. You might be a leader in the boardroom, but your kids tell you what to do in real life. So she will be with me. She's safely in her seat at the moment, as you can see. I'm in a bit of a kip, but yeah, I got to make sure I get at least some photos with her. Otherwise, I'm gonna get shouted up by my 4-year-old, who turns 5 next week. A week today she'll be 5, and I can't believe 5 years ago we were coming out of COVID, and 5 years ago she was born. 5 years ago I had to sit in a car park for 4.5, 5 hours because I couldn't go in the hospital because of COVID. So yeah, crazy times, but busy. Today it's a busy day today. I've been on call since about 7:30, but busy. Sorry, 6:30 doing the call one. Busy day today, but a weird one. So normal manager meeting, then CEO meetings, then I've got it's not a D structure, but it's I'm having a very direct conversation with one of my directors about reducing his role, and I know he's not going to take it very well, but I've monitored it over the last 2 months, and the role's too big for him, so I'm going to reduce his work and his role, and yeah, that's basically what's going to happen, because we got a clear standards issue somewhere and a clear communication breakdown with staff, and before it gets too far, and because we're in a period of growth, I need to address it. So I'm going to address it today. I've already spoken to the rest of the director team, the CEOs and stuff, and I'm going to have this conversation myself. It's never a nice conversation to have as a leader. It's very difficult because he's a very nice guy. He does a very good job when it comes to process and procedure and stuff. Just people and standards, there's a clear lack of there, and we've put things in place to help, and I've done visits and everything else, and it's just not working. So yeah, as we expand, rather than his role get bigger, we're going to bring more people on to do less things. So probably split his role into 3. obviously they'll be paid a bit less and stuff, but they'll have less responsibility, which means they can work on the rest of it then, can't they? So I think that's the important thing. But it's never a good conversation, it's never an easy conversation, but it's a conversation that as leaders we have to have sometimes, and we have to take it and run with it, and yeah. And then after that I got a meeting with Samantha, CEO of Made to Help. She's back in the country after 4 weeks of sunning it up in Spain. I say that all the time, but she has actually been working on there, expanding and stuff. But it's much easier to work in Spain than there is anywhere else. But she, meeting her this morning, and then once I've done that, quick school run, and then get my daughter to dance, my boy to football, and while they're at those things, I've got 4 calls lined up, with one with a potential client, and then 2 with some of the management teams that are in, one in the States, one in Germany. So busy day, and then it'll be admin today. Busy day, but an interesting day. But I'll keep you up to date with what's going on throughout. In only a couple of weeks' time now, we're going to get someone following me for content, so you'll get inside the meetings, because it's very difficult to set stuff up, and, but we will get some of that as well. But yeah, a couple of great days coming. On the school run now, picking my daughter up with my granddaughter. How are we doing? 2 episodes in one really, because I didn't get to film a lot on Monday. So you got the beginning of Monday before I went into a lot of meetings, and then by the time I did school run and dance run and football run and everything else, I was my phone had died, and by the time I got back and did the bedtime routine and everything, it was just, didn't get to film a lot of content yesterday, so apologies. But good day, actually better day than expected. So good management meeting in the morning, got really into the crux of my team, about accountability, and then had that one-to-one that I was going to have that was demoting somebody. But we're going to reduce workload, but we're not going to demote. After having a conversation with him and getting into his head a little bit, and finding out what the actual issues are, we decided not to completely demote, but to reduce workload, give him more support, and try and work it that way. Because as a person, very good, nice person, work ethic unmatched. I think it's just time, and that's the one thing about being a leader as well. You have to make a decision based on, like, I went in there with a preconceived decision that we were going to do what we said we were going to do. We're going to demote him a little bit, and then if he doesn't want to stay, that's fine. But then when you get talking, and you sometimes preconceived decisions are alright. You have to make a decision, and then bang, you pop it out. So yeah, so we did that, and he went away a lot more fresh and focused and happy. And we talked about yesterday putting a lot more procedures in place, and on my follow-up today, my follow-up email today, he will give exactly what that is. But I think that helped him, and that helped the team a lot yesterday, because in the manager meeting there was certain things that I as you guys will know, because I talk about a lot, I don't like having to ask for things twice. So there's a couple of things yesterday that I'd been rolling on for 3-4 weeks, and I'm like, it's still not done. Like, why is that not done? There's got to be a reason. Give me a reason why it's not done, and it better be a good reason. And some of it was just poor planning. So, and then we are talking about setting a team up for success. So setting a team up for success is really important for me, and really key for the businesses that I'm involved in. And I don't think every business I'm involved in sets them up for success. So it's a project that we decided to take on and go, right, how do we set these down just as far as like a 3-hour-a-week cleaner? How do we set them up to be the best and succeed? How do we do that? And that's what we talked about yesterday a lot. We were between the CEO meeting and the management meeting, and the processes and SOPs that need to be in place to fix that. And that's what we're going to do, basically. So that was pretty good. And then a great catch up with the CEO of the facilities company, because it's been over 4 weeks since I've seen her, and it's always great when we're in person. And we've decided to rip the entire business apart and start again. And I don't mean like the clients, I mean just the way it works and the way it's set up. And we're gonna rebuild. we're gonna rebuild. We're rebranding. Why not rebuild at the same time? So that's a key thing for us to do as well. And then from there, I went into the schoolroom, and then schoolroom led into an argument with my daughter regarding dance. So I went into the schoolroom there, and then from there I went into maybe from there, football run, come home, bedtime routine, food. It was just gone. But today I've got a couple of Teams calls. But I'm going to set myself up near Monmouth because I've got an NLP session again today with Steph, and I love the NLP sessions. But yeah, busy day. So I did something I don't normally do today, and that is I was on my way to Monmouth because I got an appointment with an NLP practitioner. And I'm in this just to try and clear my head a bit and give me a bit more clarity and stuff. But what I did today is I had a few Teams calls booked in today that are not, it wasn't really urgent. Like, I booked them in because I had space in my diary. So what I did was I spoke to my assistant and I was like, you need to clear my diary. I'm going to pull up into services and I'm going to get on top of emails, respond to some people. I had some paperwork to write, so I literally pulled up into services. I'm in Monmouth at the moment in services, and I've literally just got my diary cleared between. I got here about, I think it was 9 o'clock. And I tell you what inspired this. My 9:30 call cancelled. They said, can we move it 15 minutes? I was like, if I move that 15 minutes, everything's gonna. So I was like, no, I'll fit you in another day. And I thought, is this important? No. Is this urgent? No. So I delegated some stuff to my assistant and some of my manager, and can you pick that up? Can you pick that up? Can you pick that up? And then, because I got some, I'm looking at customer journey, client journey, staff onboarding. We're looking at condensing sales. We're looking at, and then there was loads of just emails I need to respond to. I need to get my attention on, and there was marketing, and then I'm looking at budgets for December, and it's all starting to pile up. And I'm obviously trying to do where when I'm with my kids, I don't really spend that much money. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to delegate that. And I said to my assistant, can you rearrange this call? I got a client meeting this afternoon at 3:30, but I didn't want to rearrange my NLP session because it's like a therapy session, like a counselling session for me. So it really makes a difference to me, and the way I think and the way I do things and the way my head works, and so it really supports that growth for me. So I want to keep that, but everything else around it. So I just pitched up in the services in Monmouth. Very nice services. Actually filthy though. If you look at it, right, this is not my best, but look at that. It's been like that since I've got here. I've been here since about 9:20. No one seems to be cleaning. I got myself a coffee. Great girl who worked at the Starbucks. Great customer service. Literally went to her. If you're ever looking for a job, give me a call. You're incredible at what you do. But I've managed to set up some meetings for next week. Managed to move some stuff around. I managed to all my inboxes now. And I've got about 7 different email addresses. They're all empty, so I'm all on 0. Managed to send some notes out from meetings yesterday, so I really needed. And I normally have at least 1 or 2 days a week where I try and get an admin day because I love it. But this way, it just worked. And as a leader, I think you need something. You need to look at your diary and go, have I just filled it with crap? Like, do I need to be there? Do I need to do that? Do I need to do that? Do I need to be here? And the answer normally is no, you don't. Normally you've got teams that can do that for you, and I've got great teams. And obviously also we're working on personal brand at the moment as well. So we're looking on my brand and getting stuff out there about me. And I'm really shit at trying to set photos up and photo shoots and stuff like that. So actually that reminds me, I've got to set a photo shoot up for the girl group in a couple of weeks. So I need to speak to my photographer for that. So yeah, a lot going on, but a very productive morning. I've got about 20 minutes left to get some stuff done, send some emails out, and then I'm on to my NLP session. Then I'm driving from Monmouth to Cardiff to work on to meet a client, because a lot of complaints from this client. I just want to go make sure he's okay. We've done a lot of this work in the background. I want to go make sure he's okay, check on my ops manager, and then I'm back up then because I'm going to pick a dog up today, get a boxer dog. I don't know why, fucking time and energy, but my dad can't cope with it, so we're going to take him under our wing, Maddie, and hopefully gets me out and up in the bed a bit. But yeah, bags into my eyes, but feeling good. So all good. One other thing that I've realised, right, I've been sat in the services, right, for a good 2 hours. Customer service is non-existent anymore. Like, I've seen, so where I'm sat, you've got a Greg's, a Subway, Burger King, Starbucks girl on her own, smashing things out, brilliant, always visible, always there, really good. Subway, I've seen 7 people walk away from Subway. 7 people walk away from Subway because no one's on the desk. And they're back, but it's don't come out quick enough. And then they've gone next door to Greg's, who again have 2 people completely there waiting to serve people, so they're getting the business. And obviously Burger King's quite lucky because they have the touchscreen thing, but Subway, this was my Subway now, and this was my business, I'd be absolutely fuming because there's no presence, it's filthy on the counter. Why would you eat there? Do you know what I mean? And I've seen people literally walk next door to Greg's and go, actually, Greg's sells sandwiches, I'll go there instead. So whoever, I don't know if it's a franchise or whether it's owned by the EG group, need to get into that Subway and sort it out because the customer service, but the E group itself here is filthy. Like, it is disgusting. But I haven't seen one cleaner. I've been sat here 3 hours now working and I haven't seen one cleaner yet. And that's poor, that's really poor. So being an opportunist, I've asked who the cleaning contractor is here, and I've asked who the manager is here, and I'm going to see if we can get in there and do some work, you know? But it's really bad that I've been sat here 3 hours and no one's come to clear tables, no one's come to brush up, nothing. But also Subway is in a horrendous state. So if that is your Subway, I'd sack the staff and I'd start again. Or your leadership is calling you retrained. You decide. Businesses need to shape up or ship out because it gives the rest of us a bad name. Let me know what you think in the comments, but shocking. One other thing that I've realised, right, I've been sat in the services, right, for a good 2 hours. Customer service is non-existent anymore. Like, I've seen, so where I'm sat, you've got a Greg's, a Subway, Burger King, Starbucks girl on her own, smashing things out, brilliant, always visible, always there, really good. Subway, I've seen 7 people walk away from Subway. 7 people walk away from Subway because no one's on the desk. And they're back, but it's don't come out quick enough. And then they've gone next door to Greg's, who again have 2 people completely there waiting to serve people, so they're getting the business. And obviously Burger King's quite lucky because they have the touchscreen thing, but Subway, this was my Subway now, and this was my business, I'd be absolutely fuming because there's no presence, it's filthy on the counter. Why would you eat there? Do you know what I mean? And I've seen people literally walk next door to Greg's and go, actually, Greg's sells sandwiches, I'll go there instead. So whoever, I don't know if it's a franchise or whether it's owned by the EG group, need to get into that Subway and sort it out because the customer service, but the E group itself here is filthy. Like, it is disgusting. But I haven't seen one cleaner. I've been sat here 3 hours now working and I haven't seen one cleaner yet. And that's poor, that's really poor. So being an opportunist, I've asked who the cleaning contractor is here, and I've asked who the manager is here, and I'm going to see if we can get in there and do some work, you know? But it's really bad that I've been sat here 3 hours and no one's come to clear tables, no one's come to brush up, nothing. But also Subway is in a horrendous state. So if that is your Subway, I'd sack the staff and I'd start again. Or your leadership is calling you retrained. You decide. Businesses need to shape up or ship out because it gives the rest of us a bad name. Let me know what you think in the comments, but shocking.